Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football.
And, Coach, we are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Seattle Seahawks and the New Orleans Saints. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. All the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
7 yards there and a first down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Let's get a quick look at the Saints offense.
An offensive line play is not something that comes to mind readily, but it's always a big key in a ball game. And already these guys, they're getting it done up front, as we've seen this rushing attack have some early success.
From the 40 now on second down. Jackson throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. This is how the defense will line up for Seattle. They've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And, hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that #1 spot.
He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson rolling to his right. That's complete to DK Metcalf. A good pickup there at 22.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Being chased out left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
Eluding the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, but it's going to be second down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. And they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
56. I'm scared.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
Oh, yeah.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Wilson. Flush to his right, and now he's going to use his legs. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Watch the slap. Watch the slap. Watch the slap. Alert 3. Alert 3. Alert 3.
On second down, Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
56 to Mike. 56 to Mike.
Here's Wilson to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
Mike 56. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check 13. Check 13.
Geis, they'll try to run it. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. A loss of 2 there. Second down. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line. Second and goal. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal. Throwing is Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What do I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Going quickly here to Thomas. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. It'll be a Saints 1st down on the pickup of 13. This drive has essentially belonged to one man. He's over the half-century mark on this drive carrying the football.
And you know what I'm enjoying about watching him run the football? He's not tapping the top of his helmet saying, "Get me a break." He's in sync right now. He feels good. He just wants the ball more so he can continue to do what we've been seeing.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Jackson now. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Robertson. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Jackson to throw. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And once again, the Saints are back out in front.
When you're a great route runner, it makes you that much better as a receiver because now your quarterback trusts that you're going to be where he expects, and he's able to deliver the ball on time.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against the zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 1st down, this is Geis. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4, Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. Now Wilson. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 30. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Steps away to his left. He'll try and run it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. And he will find his man on the outside. And all the way down inside the 5 and the 4. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Flushed out right. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks have once again taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Wilson's pass complete to DK Metcalf. Touchdown, Seattle.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 14-10. A 10-play drive that time. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Watch left, watch left, watch left.
From the gun, Jackson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Robertson. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's going to be taken down right at the line.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. This is fielded at the goal line. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And that is incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but now it's 3rd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Now it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the 2nd half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Recon, one stick.
Here's Jackson. Going to throw again. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously, one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Eluding the pressure right. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. The throw over the middle taken in. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18. They go play action now. Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That one goes for 24 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
12.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Coming to you. 56 to Mike. 56 to Mike. Watch the slant.
Throwing again here. Wilson forced out to his left. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Get some 9 yards and a 1st. On the ground, Geis, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Clear. 56. 56. Let him know. 50 goes high.
On second and goal, Wilson to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On third and goal, Wilson flush to his right, fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on fourth and goal from the 1.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20. Come on. Good track. There go Mike 2.
They're going on fourth down. It's Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Make it a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes it a 21-10 game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. To throw on third down, Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards, good for the Saints, first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Check. Crunch.
Now it's Haas. This is Geis. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
You get 14. You get 14. Mike 50. 56, Mike, 56. On front. Mike, 56.
Here's Wilson, dancing to his left. He'll run it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know. I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
Wilson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's Geis. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Well, no doubt here in the fourth quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
56.
Play action. It's Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. He may try and run for this. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
14, find it. 56 to Mike, boy, 56. Check 56.
Fourth down. Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Saints will have the football back. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
64, you ain't doing nothing today.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. 17 there and a New Orleans first down. They need a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and a field goal. Pretty good start to the drive, though.
Yeah, good start to the drive, but the urgency has to really be increased by both the players on the field and everyone on the sidelines. Got to make sure everyone is up and into this game.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? From midfield now, here's Jackson. Avoids him at the 40. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw again on second down. Jackson over the middle, complete. That's Robertson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now it's Jackson. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Tell you what, Brandon, if I see a dime look, if I see 6 defensive backs near the goal line, I'm changing to a running play every time.
And they had 6 there. Surprised he didn't audible at the line?
Very much so. I'm going to count on my offensive line in this situation against the lighter defense.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So the deficit now 3 after the huge conversion, but they need to get the football back.
So this is where special teams really comes into play, because getting the ball back, it starts with this next kickoff. How do they get downfield? Either jar it loose or get the ball back themselves. That's going to be key for them.
And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Now a run with Geis. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Geis. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. 36, 36.
This is Geis. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. They'll run with Geis. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down?
Got it. Safety's creeping. No. Off.
Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
56. Mike, 56. 56.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His third touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Point after, right down the middle. On the NFL scoreboard, fourth quarter now at Soldier Field. And the Rams have opened it up to lead by a couple of touchdowns now. A win would be their first of the young season. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
On the ball! On the ball!
But, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is, because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for the Seahawks, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on